Alright, this is Wake Angel 2001, bringing you another commission for Jacob. This one is Miles, also known as Anti-Tails. Now, this is the first time I've ever made this particular character, so we should do a quick little bio on him so that everyone's up to speed. Anti-Tails started out, of course, as a member of the Anti-Freedom Fighters, led by Anti-Sonic. This was way back in, issue 24 or so of the comic, I think. Way back in the past. And the thing is, they were not all that interesting. I mean, the storyline was basically the evil twins come from an alternate universe to mess up the reputation of the good guys that live in this universe. Like, that hasn't been done a million times. The characters are basically just they were just very cliched back then. It wouldn't be until much later when evil Sonic turned into Scourge that he would decide that his universe needed more identity. So he had everybody change their looks and rename themselves so that they wouldn't just be the anti-versions of the good guys, but rather have their own identities. In Anti-Tails' case, this meant dropping his nickname and going by his proper given name, Miles. He also dyed his hair gray for some reason. I think this is because Anti-Tails is supposed to be a dark mirror of the regular Tails. Whereas Tails expresses his genius through invention, Anti-Tails, or rather Miles, expresses it through scheming and conniving. Where Tails looks up to and wants to be like Sonic, Miles looks at Scourge with contempt. Where Tails is youthful on the outside, but shows a deep sign of maturity within. Miles, he expresses a desire to actually be treated older than he actually is, and despises being treated like a kid, despite the fact that inside he's nothing more than a terrified child. Yes, it's revealed that he's actually quite a coward. In fact, Jules, Sonic's father, confronted Scourge on this, saying that deep down, everyone on Scourge's suppression squad was were just cowards inside. I think that's all the bio that I really need for Anti-Tails right now, so let's get on to the proper custom. Miles would start out as a Tails figure, because, he's Tails. That's, no mysteries there. Although I did have to modify his head quite a bit. Besides giving him his new hair, I also changed the expression in his eyes. I gave him more of a stern look. As Miles is always trying to look tough. A lot tougher than he actually is, but I already went through that in the bio. The arms were a simple mod as well. I just had to add spikes to the collars on the cuffs on his gloves, and paint the sleeve on. The boots were quite a little bit more modification. I built up around his sock cuffs. Well, I had to sand the sock cuffs away first and then build up around them to form the shape of his boot, as well as that big steel covering on his toes. The body was just repainted to look like his shirt. It's all very simple. There was no modification needed for his hips, legs, or tails, so let's just reassemble him. Here he is, Miles, Anti-Tails, member of the Suppression Squad. And I believe he was kind of made its leader. At least Alicia, that's Auntie Sally, basically said that Miles was always the team's de facto leader, as, Scourge is little more than a thug. Then again, they're all a little more than thugs, but at least Miles is more of a thug who can plan things out ahead of schedule. So yeah, he looks really cool. I really like the way he came out, and he really does have a nice look. Especially since he's not just Tails wearing a red shirt with ear piercings anymore. Alright, this is Wake Angel 2001, and I am signing off.